Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Articles of 2023, this meeting will be conducted via remote means in accordance with applicable law. This means that members of the public body, as well as members of the public, may access this meeting via virtual means. Participants may access this meeting through the remote meeting link as posted on the meeting agenda and through the town's online calendar. When required by law or allowed by the chair, persons wishing to provide public comment or otherwise participate in the meeting may do so by raising their hand or otherwise signaling their intent to speak. This meeting will be recorded. Please take care to mute your microphone unless you have been recognized by the chair. We will now confirm attendance of the members. Please respond with present if you are on the call. Elise Mayalowski.
Present.
Lucia Lopez.
Present.
Matthew Ronca.
Present.
Michael King. Parker Happ.
Present and on camera.
Jane Moran.
Present.
Karen Wills.
Present.
Vikasath Prati.
Present.
And Rob Benson is obviously here. Staff, John Gelsich.
Present.
Lori St. John.
Present.
All right. So we have an even number. Okay. So at our last meeting, we put forward two proposals, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but we took votes to whether we're going to recommend proposal A. I'll call them proposal A and proposal B. If we were going to recommend proposal A and proposal B, both votes were four yeses, 4 noes, and 1 abstention. That's anyone shout out if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
The issue with that is the proposal that was the equivalent proposal of annual town meeting in May of 2024 cannot go before town meeting again unless it is a recommendation of the planning board to be adopted. So that puts in question what if we want. John, I guess, do we have we could consider keeping both proposals, keeping one of the two, and also revoting on the recommendations of both. Like, those are the 3 options I see it.
So you can revote on either of the recommendations. I don't believe you'd be able to keep option A without a recommendation because it's the same that was voted down at town meeting. And so that would be the 2-year bar that would prevent it from being, I mean, it could be brought up at town meeting because it's on the warrant, but it wouldn't be able to be voted on or approved. And then the second proposal would, you could bring it to town meeting, but there could be an argument made that it's not substantially different. We disagree, but there could be an argument that it's not substantially different from the other one, and therefore would also not be allowable.
Okay. I think
through the chair, we can get into a situation where the planning board has a special town meeting for MBTA communities and neither of the proposals are votable.
Yeah, I think the fastest way to do this is to basically decide if we want to is to take votes if we want to recommend proposal A and proposal B to revote. And if we come out with a tie situation, we basically for the one that was presented at annual town meeting of 2024, we have to remove it from the consideration if we don't get a recommendation in the affirmative.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. But we have Mike just signed on, so we should have a full board.
Yeah, we got the full board here, which is good. Matthew, go ahead.
Thanks, Rob. So to be clear, we need to specifically vote on each option. We can't just say that we recommend passing the article. We need to vote on approval of each option individually.
Matthew, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, Matthew,
Um,
you do.
No, because I want to hear your thoughts.
Matthew, we can hear you. It's just really quiet.
I think the question is, do we have to vote on each proposal, or can we just vote that we approve the article writ large instead of having 2 votes?
Yeah.
I would recommend voting on each article or each
Why?
proposal. Unless you want to do a motion that recommends both proposals.
I would like to do that so we can wrap this up quicker.
Yeah, I agree with Parker on that. Lets us continue our idea of talking about both and leaving it up to the town to decide.
I think that makes us look really really disorganized. I think putting forward 2 proposals that neither we recommended makes us look disorganized.
Rob, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but it looks pretty disorganized as it is. I don't think recommending 2 proposals to town meeting is going to change that fact. I mean, right now the planning board is not recommending either of the proposals.
Rob, may I add my 2 cents before we
Go-
get into any votes?
Go ahead, Elise.
My thought is that, especially since we legally can't put the first option without recommending it, I thought it was a great option. I supported it at town meeting, but the town voted it down, and I think that says something. So I mean, I'm still kind of not really for. I'm still not for supporting option A because I think town meeting already spoke for itself. I just wanted to voice my opinion.
Anyone else have any thoughts? We can't, I think we have hard stops. People can't stay on a meeting all day. I think some people on the team need to leave at 5 or if not sooner.
Yeah.
Chair?
Oh, God.
Let's go to Lucia first.
Just responding to what Elise said. When I went back and rewatched town meeting, there were a variety of reasons for why people seemed to be questioning whether or not they should vote for the original plan. And one of the things that they wanted was the planning board to go back and look at options. And it wasn't, from what I heard, it wasn't that everyone was saying, we hate this option. It was some people were saying, we have time before the December deadline. Let's come back at special town meeting after we've had some time to look at the options and see if there's something else we could do that the town would prefer. So I voted for both for the planning board to recommend both. And I still feel that makes the most sense because at special town meeting, residents can vote yes or no based on what it is that they prefer.
Let's just go through a straw poll and then we can. Go ahead, Karen.
Thanks. I'm, I was with Lucia when, and voted for both to be presented, but I do understand that the one has already been voted down by the town and therefore we can't present that. So, I think at that point in time, at this point in time, it seems we have to just present the other one that we have, if that's the one that we want to put forward. I mean,
so Karen, I think there's a misunderstanding. We can put forward the plan we presented at last town meeting if we recommend it. So,
Right.
So like Parker and Matthew and Lucia all suggested putting forward both plans and basically recommending both plans, letting the town meeting decide. That was
Okay.
their
Right,
thinking.
which ergo then leads to the confusion. So thank you for that. I that I'm in rethinking this. I think it's a disservice to our fellow, what would you call us, Hopkintonians, to put forward something that they have already voted down, and have it be a recommended one for what we're doing. So, I guess what I'm changing then my position, and would then just vote for putting up the one other proposal that we have, and the chips can fall where they may. They may vote it down, they may not. But
All
it's
right.
a clear position.
Thanks, Karen. Let's go through. So jump in if I Matthew, Parker, and Lucia have commented they're in favor of recommending both. Elise and Karen have said they are in favor of just recommending the proposal that is Walcott Valley, the preserve in downtown, which is the new proposal. Vic, what is your opinion? I'm going to go a straw poll, and then we can get to a vote, and I think this might expedite the situation.
We'll go with I'll go with option B. That's recommending only one.
Jane, what is your opinion?
I also vote for option B. I don't think we should bring the first one forward, as Karen mentioned. It's already been voted down last year.
Michael, thank you, Jane. Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just B as well.
So that's I'm of the mindset that I am also in that camp. So that's 6. I'd like to frame I'm not sure how to construct
So Rob,
a
you
motion?
can just have a motion to recommend town meeting approve whatever we're calling it, option B, proposal 2, the proposal that includes the preserve, downtown, and Walcott Valley, however you want to word it.
All right, I'd like to entertain a motion that the planning board recommends approval of the MBTA zoning overlay district to include the preserve, Walcott Valley, and the downtown district as shown on last meeting.
So moved.
Thanks, Michael. Is there a second? Thanks, Jane. Roll call vote. Let's see. Hold on. Elise Mayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Okay, you're on mute.
I abstain.
Oh, it's still.
all right, Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wills,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. What else do we need to do, John?
So you can make a motion to recommend approval of the first proposal and see how that goes, just to kind of get full clarity, or you could just move on from here.
I think we'll do that just to be fully, just so we have an official vote. I think that's the right thing to do. I'd like to entertain a motion to recommend the MBTA zoning overlay district map that includes the preserve, the Carbonis property and abutting properties, and the downtown district as shown in the meeting in the map in last meeting.
So moved.
Thanks, Matthew.
Second.
Thanks, Michael. All right, roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski,
No.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
No.
Parker Happ,
I abstain.
Jane Moran,
No.
Karen Wills,
No.
Vikasath Prati,
Abstain.
and Rob Benson is a no.
So Rob, through the chair, what's that mean for the option on the warrant if we can't pass it? If we can't vote on it?
I think my understanding is like Indian Brook or some or parcels that we've discussed in prior meetings could be someone could make an amendment to include parcels we've discussed. I don't know that they could make an amendment that is the exact configuration that was denied at last annual town meeting, that they could get that to be a vote. The town moderator might not, I would think wouldn't allow it because it was previously turned down if it was that exact configuration. And we didn't vote to recommend it. That would be my thinking.
But to clarify, it's still in the printed warrant and it'll be there. We'll just...
We don't have either of the parcels laid out in the printed warrant, do we, John?
Yeah, the entire bylaw drafts are in the printed warrant for both proposals.
Okay. So it's I don't know the official, like what officially happens, but it's just going to be like not considered.
Is that a question?
No, I made it as a statement unless I'm wrong. Like even though it's there in the printed warrant, it's going to be fundamentally ignored or disregarded.
Yeah, I mean, the moderator might introduce it and say, we're not able to vote on this since planning board did not recommend it. I don't know what the actual process is going to look like.
Yep. All right, I think we've done our business. Is there any other comments, or we can adjourn? All right, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn for this evening.
So moved.
Thanks,
Second.
Jane. Thanks, Michael. Roll call vote. Elise Mayalowski,
Yes.
Lucia Lopez,
Yes.
Matthew Ronca,
Yes.
Michael King,
Yes.
Parker Happ,
Yes.
Jane Moran,
Yes.
Karen Wills,
Yes.
Vikasath Prati,
Yes.
and Rob Benson is a yes. All right, thanks everybody.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Good night.